There she is. Okay.
All right, thank you, everybody. Tonight is the regular monthly meeting of the Clinton Inland Wetlands. It's Tuesday, March 3rd, 7:01. Eric, can you follow roll for tonight?
Yes. Scott Harley,
Here?
Edward Alberino.
Not here. No, is here.
Here, okay. Mike Florio,
Yeah.
Robert Corson,
Here.
Lawrence Larry Edwards, not here. Christopher Horvath,
Here.
Thomas Welch,
Here.
Mark Burnow is absent, Douglas Elliott,
Here.
and Amy Handler is absent.
Can I see Doug for Larry?
Yes.
Okay. So you're voting tonight, Doug. So we need to do review and approval of the regular monthly meeting minutes from January 6th. Do I have a motion to approve? Second, any discussion on minutes? All those voting in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed or abstain? Okay. I'd like to see if we can make a motion to add to the agenda IWC-26-2 would be 0 Cow Hill Road. It's the yellow highlight in our agenda. So
move.
Do I have a second? All right.
I'll second.
All those voting in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed or abstain? Okay. So on the agenda, so it's IWC 26-2. It's going to be 0 Cow Hill Road, Assessor's Map 32, Block 8, Lot 2 in the Zone R30. Tony Oldock is the applicant. Richard and Michael, Stanley, Edward, and Paul are the owners. It's a proposed activity for use of a site, and it's to construct a 2-unit townhouse off Martin Drive and an additional 6-unit townhouse off Cow Hill. All units will be served by subsurface sewage disposal systems. Public water will be extended down Martin Drive to those units, and Cow Hill will be served by a well. So the application is being sought as an 8-30G application. So tonight we have the opportunity to accept the application if we want, that we find it's materially complete, in which case then we can set a site walk for the project. But outstanding items for the application.
Yep, so this application came in after we published the agenda, but before the cutoff for applications for this meeting. So we've gone through as thorough of a review as we can. There's a few additional pieces of information to be added to the site plan that could be accomplished ahead of your site walk and certainly before the next meeting. Some additional site plan information was submitted. The applicant, Chuck Mandel, is here representing the application if there are any questions as we receive. So it's ready for receipt. Initial fees have been paid. We do need to get the stormwater system design calculations in. Those we're still waiting on those, and we need them to be sufficient enough to evaluate the effects of proposed work on the resource areas. This application will be sent to the town engineer and consulting certified soil scientist to evaluate as well. So we'll have a quote for that, and we'll have an additional fee to be charged for those services as well. So that is on its way, but that part doesn't necessarily have to be paid tonight. The application fees are in, so this is, and the required documents are here, with the exception of the stormwater calculations.
Is the applicant or agent here tonight?
Yeah, so we're talking about, that was quick. I didn't expect to be up so quick. So, yeah, this is Chuck Mandel, agent for the applicant. It's an 18-unit affordable housing subdivision that we're not subdivision, housing project that we're proposing. It was very well received, I believe, at the boundary clarification. This is off the end of Martin Drive. There'll be 12 units off of Martin, and there'll be 6 units with access from Cow Hill. I'll wait for Abby to get that on the screen. So that just shows you where, so Martin Drive, that's off of Nod Road, and Martin Drive's a dead end. And then you see on Cow Hill, there's another 6 units that are proposed on Cow Hill. Been before, actually Michelle Ford has reviewed the wetlands for the boundary clarification. We also had Martin Brogy did the original locations. We did soil testing with CRAD. Those are under review. We have a couple of additional test pits to do, but on sheet 3 are all the test pit results, I believe. And the soils were actually very good. If you want to scroll down to the next sheet, Abby, it might be a little bit more detail. So essentially, we're keeping everything outside 50 feet of the wetlands. We'll be bringing in public water down Martin Drive. And I believe that's about it. I mean, if the commission wants to, we can go stake the buildings out. If you want to do a site walk once the snow melts, give it a couple of weeks. The snow might be gone. And any other questions, I'll take it. This is, like I said, this is for receipt for tonight. So.
Yep. So I guess the only question that was outstanding was there's the stormwater drainage report and analysis. Wasn't included in the application, but is needed for engineering review. Do you have a?
Yes. So you can see the stormwater. There, so the off the double units, you can see a dark area to the right of the parking lot. So that's one stormwater area that we're proposing, and the other one is behind the buildings there. So we'll be it's the 2025 standards. You know, the new stormwater manual. I think that's sized for it, but we do have to get those calculations to the town engineer.
So I guess the question is, when will those calculations be to the engineer?
Oh, certainly by the end of next week, if not sooner.
Okay. Does the commission have any questions on this application? There is one outstanding item, but it looks like it'll be solved by next week.
Or at least the information in next week.
Yes. So then next steps would be turned over to our town engineer. They'll do a review, provide us comments on it. We'll need to schedule a site walk to see the site and then determine if it requires a public hearing and go through the process.
So, Mr. Chairman, if I may,
Sure.
since there was so much controversy regarding just the boundary clarification, I can't believe that there's not going to be significant interest in this project. So in order to save a month, because if you declare a public hearing next month, then it's going to have to wait another month. So that would definitely delay it. I would offer to you just to declare it a significant activity and just put it for public hearing, not so much because of the effect it's going to have on the wetlands, but more so of the public interest.
I agree, but I don't think we should also rush an application through necessarily before we're making a determination if it's a significant activity before we've even seen the site.
I'm just basing it on the historical meeting that you had the other time. So, and in regards to pushing it, you know, there's certainly, we can give you extensions if we don't have the proper information. So the timing isn't real. I just want to get the clock ticking, but the timing could still could drag on a couple of months.
So I recommend it. I mean, it's up to the discussion. Do you think we should fast track this application? I don't believe so. Okay.
I don't see the need.
Okay. And then I mean, I agree. It'll give the time.
I think there'd be more outcry for that.
Yeah.
Yes. Allow the public time to actually digest this.
Such a outs for the last time. I think we're trying to fast track it. That'll be a problem on us.
Okay. So I'll need a motion to accept the application, and then we need to set a site walk.
Motion to accept, yeah.
So let's talk site walk.
Yep. So it would be ideal if we could do, especially since this, I mean, the sidewalk is a public meeting that folks could attend. So we'd like to make sure that you have staff support there. It'd be great to do it on a Thursday evening with daylight savings starting next week. That should be a little bit easier to push a little bit later. I think sunset right now is around 5:30. So if we were to schedule something for that 5 o'clock range, either the 12th, 19th, or 26th.
It's good. Next, there's still gonna be snow on the ground next week.
Yep. So the 19th or 26th.
I'm not going to be available for either one of those, but that shouldn't keep you from doing it. As
So
long as there's enough of us there.
And if you can't make it to this, you can make plans with Kathy.
Yeah, no,
Walk you out, take minutes that you've been there.
Yeah.
And
I'd like to do that.
And we'll ask the engineer to stake out the corners of the building so you could see it in relation to where the flagged wetlands are.
Yep.
And if the anyone on the commission ever wanted to go out there, I would walk with them if they wanted to.
So we can always coordinate a second group if needed.
Yeah.
Correct. That's correct.
So I would, and what time?
So, given how, daylight savings starts next week, right now, so it started getting dark at what, 6:30ish, sort of that twilight time. So if we started at like 5:15, 5:30, that gives you an hour on site before it begins to get dark, because you want to be able to get to both sides. Is that sufficient time? Okay, so if 5:30 on the 12th, 19th, or 26th.
We push to the 19th. 12, I can be there, but not the 19th to 26th.
And we're worried about
Just because of the way it is right now, are we gonna have it clear enough for us to see anything
So
by
why
next
don't,
week?
probably not.
Probably not.
So why don't we set it as the 19th, 5:30 with the rain/snow date of the 26th? We can gauge if the weather will be better, if there's still snow on the 19th. We can always wait.
And keep in mind, you've got two other applications that you're receiving tonight that also need site walk. So between those two dates, we're trying to get to all sites. So
All right. How close are two more? So we need to do 3 in one night.
you could, if you have time, you could do 3 in one night, or you could do 2 in one and 1 in the other. If you push this back to 5 o'clock, you could potentially do 224 East Main on, after this one. So you could do a couple there and then think about it that way.
I don't think we could do 3 in 1.
I don't think
I don't
3 in
think
one night.
I gotta assume that this one's gonna take a little bit of time.
So why don't we schedule this one
If we
for
have
one
other
and the other
problems.
one together? I think the other ones would be a lot quicker to stay down.
Okay.
The particular one's a large piece of property.
So why don't we do this on the 26th with the rain date of the 2nd? That'll be 26th, rain date of the 2nd. We'll do 5:30. And this will be the only one on that date. And then future applications, or we'll talk about later, we'll schedule it on the 19th. Split them up.
Mr. Chairman, if I can make one suggestion. So parking is very dangerous on Cow Hill. It's not great on Martin Drive, but at least it's safer. So I would suggest the commission meet on Martin Drive, and perhaps we could walk over, through the wetlands if it's not too wet, to Cow Hill. Or, like I said, Cow Hill's going to be tough to park multiple vehicles.
Okay.
Just to keep that in mind. That's all.
So Mr. Mandel, are you okay with the 26th at 5:30 with the rain date of the 2nd?
Yeah,
Same time?
that's fine. Anytime.
Okay. All right, so I'll take a motion to receive the application, set a site walk for the 19th of March at 5:30, or no, sorry, the 26th of March at 9:30 with a rain date of the 2nd. Same time.
Make a motion to receive it. So it's 26, 5:30, second one.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Tom seconds. Any discussion? Mike, are you going to be able to attend that, or are you still out?
No, I don't come back from Florida until the end of May.
Okay.
Pass.
All right. All right.
Clarify where we're gonna be. Inside.
So this one is Cal Hill Road, but we'll park on Martin
At the end of Martin Drive.
Drive,
Yeah.
and we'll meet there 5:30.
The notice, the notice.
Slight outcry too, because anyone that flipped out here lives right there, so.
We'll see.
You know,
Yep. So yeah, no, I would expect some participation in this. The agenda will be posted like any other agenda, and so but there won't be a sign up at the property before everybody comes. So there may be folks who join us spontaneously.
All right. All those voting in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone oppose or abstain? Okay, motion carries. All right. Thank you, Mr. Mendel.
Okay. Thank you.
So item agenda number 4 is public hearing. There's no public hearing tonight, right?
Nope.
So administrative review. Anything for administrative review? Falls under that?
Nope. Everything right now is new business for instance.
Okay. So correspondence, any important correspondence over the last month? Didn't really see anything.
No.
Okay, item agenda number 7, old business. This is application for 81 Old Orchard Road. It's C-25-76. Assessors map 6, block 2, lot 7-110 in the R80 zone. It's Lee Buller, property owner. It's work conducted within a regulated activity within 100 feet of an inland wetlands or a water course without a wetlands permit. Hey, how are you tonight? Good.
So I believe I got everything in order, so that, got any questions or?
Okay. So I gave you paper away for this one.
Oh.
Is application material complete,
Yep,
ready to be?
so Kathy has worked with Mr. Buller to add more information in some of the things that the commission, so when this came to the commission for determination of the direction to go in order to resolve the violation of the property, there were a few pieces of information that the commission asked for at the time. Those included getting a better sense of the proposed volume of fill to be placed in the upland review area, what the proposed grading and final grades would look like in the upland review area, and the proposed size and location of the boulders to be placed in that area and along the pond edge. So the applicants provided the one, and the other thing the commission wanted was to understand what that final ground cover would look like. So my understanding is that it would be planted with rye.
Yeah, so I did some research and what was best in my research. So if anybody has any other grass type stuff that they think was better, but I found like a rye blend because perennial rye will grow faster to kind of hold everything in place while other seed takes over. So I was going to do like a rye blend, unless, and as I think I stated in that email, that's something that commission felt that should be planted, if the place besides that.
And as part of the application review, we can get into that. And if anybody wants an opinion from our certified soil scientist or anybody else, we can ask that of her as well. The things that my understanding from Kathy were still outstanding was, so, and to be clear, as I'm sure the commission recalls, there was not a requirement to prepare a new site plan by a new surveyor or engineer for this one. But there was that summary information that you were looking for. So the volume of fill, the grading, and the size and location of the boulders. And my understanding is that those details are still remain to be submitted.
They were emailed.
Okay.
So let's start with the boulders. The largest would be 4 foot by 4 foot by 3 foot. Everything else would be 3/4 of that size. It's all whatever I have of land, of water, of the wetlands. And the biggest I can move is that large, so I can't move anything larger than that. Let's see. So that's the size of the rocks. The grading, no more than 16 inches deep, back 36 inches. I did the grading, the grade slope calculation, which came out to 44.44% grade slope. I'm using the existing hill, so I'm not changing anything. I'm just stopping where the erosion is big. My pond used to be 4 feet deep at the edge. It is now ankle deep. Everything is washed away. There were a few members of the commission who were able to get out there. When there wasn't snow on the ground, there's sinkholes everywhere. I'm just trying to get it to stabilize it. It's pretty bad. Like I said, on my first meeting here, it ate my lawnmower at the beginning of the year. So I'm just trying to stabilize it. That's not the most up-to-date map. I think there was one more. That was the original one that I came with. I added all of the things like where the fill pile is on the other map, where the current rocks are, where the proposed rocks in that line will be, all of those things. Yes. So, was there anything else? What was it?
The other one was the approximate volume of fill to be placed in that area.
It's not, like I said though, in that area, no, it's gonna not be more than 16 inches back to 36 inches. It's really not a very large area, and that's only where it needs to be. The only other option would have been to dig into the bank of the pond, which I didn't want to disturb anything. And then I'm hoping that the good clean fill that I have should be clean enough that I should be able to plant grass on it without having to add anything.
Is all this information in the latest email?
So this email came in I sent this January 21st. So I had 2 deaths in we'll call it my family. And that's why I wasn't here last month, is I was in contact with Kathy and said, listen, I'm just overwhelmed. I had buried one of my fellow police officers that I served with for nearly 20 years. And then my buddy's mom passed away. So I was asked to step in and help with it. So but that was January 21st. And then let's see, on the February 23rd, I sent just a more detail on the process of moving the rocks and whatnot. I sent that to her as well in an email, and it was just the utmost care was going to be used. I was going to use the backhoe that was on site, trying not to disturb anything that was, just to move rocks and grade and nothing crazy. I'm not trying to.
You sent this to Kathy?
I did.
Yeah, and some of this is in the record. It's just not.
You copied on it?
I was not, no, but
It should be in
not always. And yeah, I'm seeing the email record here.
So I've been in contact.
newest one.
The only thing that I didn't understand, which we just clarified the other day, was the neighbors. I didn't realize I needed to include the neighbors across the street. I figured if it was just properties that were touching each other, we needed to include them. So I fired off an email. It might have been yesterday morning or this morning. This morning. Yes, because yesterday I talked
At
to
your
her on
map
the phone.
and neighbors.
And so I added the map and I added the Clinton Land Trust and the other neighbors that were across the street, including there's a variance that it connects all the way to Sprucey Hill or Spencer Hill, which is technically Clinton, but it's in Killingland. So I added all that as well.
Any other questions? Do we think we have enough of an application that we can? Okay, I'll need a motion to accept the application.
Move.
Set a site walk for the 19th at 5:30. Doug seconds. Any discussion?
Nope.
All those voting in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed or abstained? Okay, so we'll be out on the 19th, 5:30.
Okay, and it's probably going to be a little wet. From all the snow.
I imagine. But we just need to visually see, and not all of us were there.
Well, yeah, I mean, some of you guys were there with the snow, and really couldn't tell how much the snow. We've been deep in snow.
So, okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Item agenda number 8, WEL report. It's listed just a training reminder.
Yep. So as folks are going through, I think she's hyperlinked the inland wetlands training for agency members. So if you haven't started yet, please think about your schedule and timing for doing that. It's not a small.
Do you remember when that has to be done by?
I think it's within the year.
By the end of the year. Yeah. And you'll have to remind me 2 more times.
Well, I'll do it. There's 8-hour-long sessions, so it is it's not a small thing. So it's like not
And
cranking
you have
it
to
in.
do it, right? Or
It
else
is now the law that we are all obligated.
So
one person on
Exactly, or a staff member, and then now we're all doing it. So,
all right,
yeah.
let's not get booted off. So,
Yeah.
okay, new business, IWC 25-11, Old Orchard, we covered that, set a sidewalk, so I think we're good. Now we're on to IWC 26-1 for 224 East Main Street, Assessor's Map 78, Block 70, Lot 159A in the Zone B4. Seamus Moran is the applicant, Alice LLC is the owner. For a proposed activity and use of a site to demolish all existing improvements and construct a new 2,664 square foot supermarket with a paved parking lot, utility connections, stormwater management improvements, and landscaping enhancements.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Eddie.
I'm getting killed up here. I'm going to be honest with you. I'll leave everything on, but I won't be able to vote. I mean, I got trucks lined up around the building. It turned into a major ice storm up here, and I'm all by myself.
Okay, you're good.
I had
You're
all the
good.
best intentions. I just gotta excuse myself from voting on anything because I'm not hearing everything. So
Okay, thank you, Eddie.
I'm so sorry.
Nope, it's okay. So thank you very much. Introduce yourself in the project.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me tonight. Thank you for your time tonight. My name is Seamus Moran, PE in Connecticut. I work for H&H Engineering Associates in this thing. And we're the civil engineers for the project. And I'm representing Alice LLC, who is the applicant and owner for the project that you see before you. 224 East Main Street. It's Route 1. Probably, I'm sure you're familiar with it. If you're looking at the property from Route 1, Walgreens is on the right-hand side of it. Stoplight. There's 3 existing single-story buildings, commercial buildings there. Paved access out to Main Street. So I'll just jump to the existing conditions plan just to go over that with you. We're here obviously for a wetlands application for work within the 100-foot review, within the 100-foot review line. The total property is 3.11 acres. We have about 0.09 acres of wetlands along the southern property line. Sorry, this is a little odd because there's Route 1 is on the bottom of the page, so the top of the page actually south. So along the southern property line, there's about 0.09 acres of wetlands on the property. That's pretty obvious with the topo that's out there. The wetlands were flagged in 2008 by Rich Snarski. There was a previous plan back in 2008 for a 23,000 square foot building and 129 parking spaces. That's when Rich was first involved. We got Rich involved again. He went out to the property again in January, in between some of the snow, to confirm that the edge of the wetland is still consistent with what he had in 2008. That's because it's pretty obvious out there what is the wetland. There's about 0.9 acres of 100-foot upland view area on the property shown here. And what we're looking to do is construct a shopping center. And we know one of those buildings right now, so we're planning for that. It's a supermarket. It's an Aldi supermarket that we're planning for. And that's what we see on the west side, the right side of the page. This is the new Aldi supermarket. It's 20,664 square feet of footprint. On the east side, on the left side of the page, we're planning for a future building. We don't know exactly what that will be yet because we don't have a tenant yet, but we are planning for a commercial space on this portion of the property. Right now, what's faintly shown is a 6,000 square foot rectangle with some parking, future parking improvements. Again, that is very conceptual. At any point in the future, we'll have to come back for a site plan application for any of that future development. But right now, what we know is that as the Aldi's that would like to go in, and that's the building shown here with 95 parking spaces on the property. The stormwater management system, so I'll jump to the next page, is there's 2 separate stormwater management systems. 2024 manual. The 2024 manual, they ask you to disconnect impervious areas as a low impact development feature. So what we've done here, it's actually in the Clinton manual, I believe, as well. So the building rooftop runoff and a small portion of the front parking area all goes to a bioretention basin in the back right corner of the property. The remainder of the parking lot and the future development, as we size it accordingly, goes to a subsurface storm tech system. And those, the storm tech systems, if I'm sure you're familiar with them by now, they have isolator rows. So it's a chamber wrapped in fabric and it removes temporary TSS, oils and grease, phosphorus, all cool things. So there's a lot of removal properties for water quality purposes. And this system here, the subsurface system, is designed with the isolator rows to treat. One row is designed to treat up through beyond the 25-year storm event. The other row is designed to treat through the 100-year storm event. So they're oversized over the water quality event, but that's okay. We're not upset about that. And then the basin in the back is designed as a bioretention basin. So we're actually not taking credit for infiltration in the basin or in this system, and I'll get into that in a moment. But we're proposing 18 inches of soil mix. So the water that gets into the basin, percolates through the soil media to treat the stormwater, gets into an underdrain that's shown here. into an outlet control structure and then discharges. Same with the underground system. It's a line system, goes through the isolator rows. Everything beyond the isolator rows, there's just storage in these chambers. And it's collected in an underdrain that goes through the outlet control structure and then discharges. The discharge for the outlet control, the discharge for the subsurface system is out to the left to a flared end section, preformed scour hole, and a 20-foot long level spreader, concrete level spreader. The other has much smaller flows, and it just goes to a riprap apron the size of it. So, utilities come in from the street. We do have water, electric telephone cable shown in the bottom right hand corner. And the site is on septic, which I'll show you on the next sheet. That's the next sheet. I'm sorry. I'm gonna jump around for a second here. 1 second. The septic system here. I'm showing, if you can see the outline of the underground system here, where we pulled the septic system as far away from the obviously the wetland as we can. So we actually have about 170 feet from the nearest point of the leaching system to the edge of the wetlands, just to get that as far away from the wetlands as we can. We do have proper separating distances to the underground storm tech system. And then probably lastly, we have all of our soil erosion sediment control measures on that designated plan. This is our soil erosion sediment control plan. Temporary soil stockpile area. We're showing it kind of in the middle of the site, just in the 100-foot review area. We can pull that out in the next revision. Concrete washout area, a temporary sediment trap, sized according to how much area is draining to it. And then erosion control matting and any slopes that are 3 to 1 or steeper. Construction entrance, and then silt sacks and any catch basins. Sorry, that was a little bit more detail than I meant to do, but I just already carried that. So that's what we have. Obviously, this is the first meeting with the set aside block, but I want to give you guys enough information. When we're out there, it makes sense what we've done time.
Thank you. Any questions from the commission? Okay, so I'll take a motion to receive the application, set a site walk for March 19th. We'll do it after Old Orchard, so 6 o'clock. Time.
Yeah, I think
like at 6.
It should be. I think but that would probably 6:45, 7 o'clock will be 7 o'clock will be actually dark. So
okay, 6 o'clock's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was actually going to add. So I have a minor conflict that afternoon or that evening. There's a way to do ours at 5 rather than 6, and we could do the one before Old Orchard. Otherwise, I can make it work, but I have a.
We want to do this one first. 5:15. No.
To keep you 5:30 for the other one.
5:30.
So you probably need to do
5 o'clock.
right at 5, starting, being ready to go.
Did we do 5 o'clock on the 19th? Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yep, no problem. And then we'll do Old Orchard at 5:30. I'll take a motion, receive, set a site walk 19th at 5 o'clock. Chris, second.
Sure.
Doug seconds. Any discussion? Good, Mike?
I'm good.
All those voting in favor say aye.
Aye.
Abstain? Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it. And that was it for the agenda tonight. So with that, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Yeah, go ahead.
Last meeting, I was asking about a couple of places, so one being old now.
32 Old Ave.
Yeah.
Yep. So we are working with the property owners to bring that into compliance. There's some question on their part about the status of the property and its farming use, and so that's something that we're working out with them, the town manager, and the town attorney.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Finding out. All you.
It is on the radar.
I know what you found.
All
I
right.
just wondered.
With that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I make motion.
I'll make him. I'll second it.
Florio seconds it. What's out of here? All right. Yeah.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
Thanks. Thanks.
Thank you.
5:30.
Yeah.